Joe Ducard here, and I put together an awesome little course for you on how to date for the busy professional. So if you're somebody who, works 40 plus hours a week, works your 9 to 5, is very busy and has a lot of things going on, including your other goals and things like that, I want to talk about how you can fit dating into your life in the most effective and time efficient way possible. So I broke it down into 3 steps, which I'm going to break down here. The most time efficient way of meeting, messaging, and setting up and going on dates with women. So let's jump right into it, and how you can date really the most efficient way possible. So let's talk about meeting first. The first question is, what is the most time efficient way of meeting women? So there's a few different options, right? You can meet them online through dating apps. You can build a social circle. You can meet them in person. I love in person, but let's talk about all these and the pros and cons really quick first. So the first one's meeting them online or through apps, right? Now, let me just say this straight up. I've been saying this a lot recently to people. I think this is really cool. So hopefully, you get this. You guys really take this in. I believe you're either one of 2 guys if you're on dating apps. Okay, you can only be one of 2 guys. You're either the boy next door, or the bad boy that women love, and you're going to get all the matches and all the girls, or you're kind of average looking or a little better than average looking, but you just don't have the look that really resonates with people. Okay, now believe it or not, I do think I'm a good looking guy, and I work a lot on my looks, and I have really good pictures, and I work on my fashion and stuff like that, but I am the latter of the 2. Unfortunately, I am not the boy next door. I am not the type of guy that women are incredibly attracted to just off my face and my pictures. I'm sorry, that's just how it is. Now, I have friends of mine who have the perfect hairline and have that look and the jawline and maybe the tattoos or whatever it is, and they look like the stereotypical guy, and they get. My one buddy said he got so many girls from online dating, their fish are jumping in the boat. He can't even keep up with them, right? Good for him. That's not me. So online dating is a complete waste of time for me, okay? Now, the next point to ask yourself is, you're either in one of 2 places, right? So you're either one of 2 guys. Now you're either in one of 2 places. You're either in a place where online dating is very lucrative and very good, or you're in a place where online dating doesn't work that well. I've heard guys that are in Asia and say that Tinder in Asia is retarded, right? I know in New York City, with just the sheer amount of population and volume, in close proximity, New York City is a good place, can be a good place for online dating, especially if you're closer to one of the better looking guys. I know where I live in Texas, online dating is a joke in general for me and friends I know. I have friends who even have the really good look, but the girls just stop responding to messages, and because the city's so active and girls get out so much, they're talking to guys everywhere. They don't need to actually take the apps very seriously. Plus, there's more men here than women. But your ratio of women to men in the city is very big too. In Chicago and New York, I know there's more women than men, so that could play into it. So ask yourself these things and be honest, man. Look, if you've had the apps for a long time and you're not really getting them any results, it's probably not for you, right? So you got to look into one of these other things. And if you're one of the guys where it does work, you've given it a good shot. I have a whole video you can check with an online dating strategy. If you give it a good shot using a sound strategy, like I give you a very simple strategy to set up your profile and message. If that works, then great. If it doesn't work, or you could say, I did have success once. Yeah, but how many times did you swipe right? How many girls did you message? How much time do you waste at night on this phone messaging these girls? You may waste hours every week, tons of hours, just to get 1 date a month, okay? And if that's the case, then it is not the most efficient thing for you. So we're going to close that one. So another option is to build a social circle. Now, building a social circle can be a large task, but if you recruit friends to help you, you could throw events, right? And you could use Facebook event invites to get people to them. Now, you want to recruit friends for lead generation. That includes, if you have a friend who's down to go out and meet girls, or maybe a friend who's one of those online guys who gets all the matches, then they're going to be a lead generator to help invite girls to this party, right? Now, having another friend organize it, how we're going to get the food, when we're going to have it, setting up that Facebook page. And another thing that we used to do with our parties is pay for cleanup, right? Not worry about whose place it was at. If it's dirty, we'd all chip in to not only cover the drinks and some snacks, but to cover the cleanup. It only costs like $60 a head. We had like 4 or 5 founding members, right? And we all worked together to actually make the parties run pretty easily and pretty seamlessly. I was the main lead generator because that's my job, right? That's what I do. I go out, I approach women, and I meet them, right? So, and I invite them to the party. So lead generation was my thing, and I helped organizing, and I also chipped in with some money as well too. These and Facebook invites can be really good to keep people in a group and keep inviting them. But a social circle, if you get help with it, recruit your friends, single guy friends who are down to help. You could set this up where everybody's doing a different task, and it can be very little work for you. Maybe you have a great place, and that's all you do is you just have the place, and everything else gets taken care of. So, building a social circle, I'll have to film another video on that. Let me know if you're interested in the comments, and I'll do one kind of with a method about that. And then my favorite, obviously, is in person. You could meet women in the daytime as you're going about your day. You can meet them at the grocery store. You can meet them at happy hours. You can go to events. You can go to bars and lounges. Now, I do still like bars and lounges so much, especially for practicing, because if guys are paying me thousands of dollars to learn, I have to take them somewhere where there's definitely going to be girls, okay? So that's why we go to bars and lounges. You know, we can't just show up at the grocery store and hope that there's going to be enough women to talk to for 12 students. So that's why I still like to go, because there's a lot of women there. And I think in person is going to be the absolute best way of meeting women, because I always say 1 hour in in any event or a crowded place where there are lots of women, 1 hour approaching and having conversations with women will be way more lucrative than swiping around on these dating apps for could be for months. It could be for months. You know, I could have one good night where you know, I wind up making things happen eventually with you know, a few girls, right? Or keep them in the loop, and they come to the parties or whatever not, right? So I believe spending a good hour. I mean, why can't, even if you're a busy guy, let's say I'm going to go a Friday night from 10 p.m. to 11 or 9 p.m. to 11. There's 2 hours, right? Or let's go out Saturday for 1 hour or 2 hours, right? Like, that's very doable, and you could still be home before midnight even, and get plenty of numbers and see if girls are cool right there in person. So I believe meeting women in person is going to be the absolute most time efficient. Number 2 is messaging women. Which is the most time efficient way of messaging women? So you want to do as much of the work on meeting as possible. I referenced this in my last video, so I'm not going to hammer that to death. But when you meet women, build a connection, do the work, screen them out, all that stuff, do that in person. So the texting can just be a logistical tool to set things up. And when you're texting, you actually want to be very polarizing and to the point. And by that I mean, hey, look, you know, we got this going on. We're having a party. Do you want to come by? Or if you want to date, right, which this is about. I thought back into the party funnel for a second there. But if you want to date a girl, say, hey, look, what's your schedule like this week? I want to get together with you. Do you want to get together? Yes or no? You want her to say yes or no. You don't want to get caught in texting land. I mean, this is just my last video, right? I mean, you don't want to get caught in texting land and going back and forth. Be polarizing and to the point. You want to be time efficient. I'm busy. You want to get together? Yes or no? That's what you want to know. After I get done filming this video, I'm going to text a girl that whose number I got in person, and we had a little bit of back and forth. Tried to make a few dates, but they didn't work out. I'm going to hit her with one more. Hey, look, let's try one last time. Do you want to get together? And that's it. Yes or no? And we'll move on. No problem. I'm really not even worried about it at all. Another thing, too, is I like to do the majority of my texting in the evenings. It's when I like to wind down and not do as much work. As I'm filming this video here, it is 4 p.m. on a Tuesday. So if I want to text a girl, like I'll text, like I said, after I'm done with this and do my stuff for the day. And I like to do the majority of my texting in the evenings when I have a little more free time. So if a girl texts you early in the morning or midday, you can write her back later. You don't have to write her back right away. And then the actual date, okay? Great thing you can do is you can pick things that you want to do anyway, okay? I have friends who are foodies. They love going out to dinner, and they like to try new restaurants. If you want to take a girl out to the new restaurant, that's fine. I like hiking. I could take a girl there. Or, you know, there was a cool bar in town that had a trivia night, and I was like, well, let's see what trivia night's like at this place. Hey, come by. Let's do that. Or, you know, I wanted to shoot a game of pool or get out of the house and you know, go walk around this one place that has cool shops, right? This one street that has cool shops. I want to go walk around there. Or there was a festival downtown I wanted to check out. I don't want to check it out by myself, so I said, hey, I talked to a girl I was talking to, I said, hey, let's go check out the festival today, walk around. So pick things that you want to do and you're going to do anyway, and then invite girls along on that. It's a great way to come up with dates. Another thing is to pick specific times that you're free. You talk to her, ask her what her schedule's like, and say, hey, look, I'm free X, Y, and Z. That's the times I could date, when it could fit into your schedule, whether that's an evening, a weekend, whatever it may be with your busy schedule. Have that limited time and organize it with the girl. Another thing, and the last point I'm going to make here, is to pick girls you really want to spend your time with. Okay, if your time is limited and you're busy, then don't waste your time going out on a date with a girl that you're not excited about, man. If you're texting a girl, or especially if you met her off an app, oh my gosh, you met her off an app and she's giving you one-word responses and she looks boring and doesn't look like she has much going on and all of her pictures are selfies, don't spend your time with that girl, man. And what are you expecting to get out of that type of interaction? Whenever I've chased girls that I knew, this girl doesn't really look that interesting, but I'll keep messaging her and try to get together anyway. We either get together in person and she sucks, or we text a whole bunch and then she winds up ghosting, right? So pick girls that you really want to spend your time with and that you're actually interested in. So if you're busy, you could definitely date and you could definitely meet women. You could screenshot this here if you want for your own for your notes. And if you're busy and you have a lot of things going on, take your time seriously. And I'll tell you what, being busy and being a little elusive will help you attract more women, right? But you have to put in the concentrated work where it's most important, okay? Go meet the women in person. Spend a couple hours a week, even if it's just 2 hours a week, 2 to 4 hours a week. It's not too much to ask, right? Just like the gym. People say they don't have time for fitness. You could spare 3 hours a week for your health and your vitality. I mean, what else is more important than that? And what else is more important than your dating? Spend a couple hours meeting new women. Message them in night when you're free and say, hey, you want to get together or not? Be to the point. And then go do things that you want to do that are fun, that are interesting to you, and invite women along. Very time efficient and definitely a way to date women even if you're busy. So definitely take these tips and incorporate them into your life. And I have tons of free, awesome presentations like this and content for you on my YouTube channel. I'll have another one floating over here if you want to check out the next one that I have for you. And feel free to go to my channel and check out some more of the videos. And if you have any questions for me, send them in the comments below.